Get Gutsy, episode number 197, activating your fullest power to get what you want.
Welcome to Get Gutsy. I'm your host, Jenny Fennig, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. A cutting-edge show blending business and spirituality, Get Gutsy serves up a potent blend of stories, lessons, and tips to help you make a massive impact in the world through your soul's work and your inspired life. No more going it alone, no more excuses. The world needs more brave women saying yes to leadership. Are you with me? Good. Let's get gutsy now.
Happening. All right, I've got this recorded. Welcome to today's live stream soiree, activating your fullest power to get what you want. Who's here? Who's here? I'm actually doing this live stream on Zoom and broadcasting to my Facebook page. So I am going to make sure that I can see the comments over here. Yes, I see that. Game is on. Game is on. So I'm really pumped to be talking to you today. Come on in, join us, join us, join us. I have some things that I want to say to you. Kari, I hope you're here. I see Kari Ainsworth, who recently came through my coaching school saying, where are you? Well, I will tell you that I usually am a few minutes fashionably late. Hi, Martine. When you get here, say hi in the chat. I'm like, I imagine you were going to see Fleetwood Mac and the show started at 8. Does Fleetwood start at 8? No, they don't. And so that's pretty much how I roll, because I typically am like sitting down going, okay, now I need to get the thing on. And wait, that takes a couple of minutes. I don't have like a tech support team here on the back end getting it all set up. And you don't even need that. It's actually really simple to do. But sometimes it just takes a bit longer than you think it might. So I am here, and I use that Stevie Nicks analogy because I love Stevie Nicks. Her birthday was a few days ago, as was mine. And so I was reminded that no wonder I like Stevie Nicks so much. We're like almost birthday twins, and we're both Geminis, and I so understand her. I so understand her magic and her energy and kind of the way she rolls. She's got, her like really cool shirt. She's like flowy, and that's me. I have that inside of me so much. And I'm curious, who is it that you really jive with, whether it be an entertainer, an artist? Who is it that you just love the way they show up in the world? You love their energy. You love what they make. I'm just curious. I'd love to see your comments on that. For me, you heard me say that it is Stevie Nicks. She's one of my, spirit animals. And I just appreciate her art. I appreciate how she's shown up in the world for so long. I think it's important to really understand who you are drawn to. This is going to help you create your stuff in the world. It's very crowded and cluttery out there. Cluttery, I don't even know if that's a word. I just might have made it up. But anywho, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's very crowded out there in the market. There's a bazillion people who do what you do, even though nobody does it exactly like you. We know that. And you've got to stand out. Like, you really have to stand out. And so I'm going to talk to you today during this live stream about how you stand out, how you activate your fullest power to get what you want. And that's why I asked you that question about like, who really do you jive with? Who are you just like, you appreciate how they show up? Because it's going to help you double down on your strengths, what makes you different, what makes you unique, what makes you like magical. And you are this magical creature. You're this magical woman. And you've got to remember that. And you've got to really highlight what makes you you. So thanks to everybody who shared so far. I heard Pink, Katy Perry, keep it coming. It's just all fun. And so we're recording this right here on Facebook. We're actually going to then turn this into an episode for my podcast, Get Gutsy. That'll air later this week. And I want to talk to you about harnessing this magical time that we're in right now, this very powerful time that we're in, which is a full moon. All right. And oh my gosh, I have prepared something for you today about this energy. And great to see everybody who's tuning in live right now. Thanks so much. Daria, what's up in the back of her RV while driving home? Excellent. Everyone who's here. Karen and Martine and Kari and Julissa and everybody else who's chimed in. I can't see everybody in the chat right now, but I want to let you know that I do feel your energy today. And I'm doing this live stream today because we are in a full moon cycle. And so here's what I've got for you. I'm going to ask you some questions and I want you to ponder this. And as you feel called, speak up, claim it. This is the time. If you are not willing to claim it right now, you're missing out. I mean, you're just doing yourself a real big disservice because this time in the cycle, the full moon is like, boom. It's like, OMG. Okay, so here's what I got for you. What do you want? Does anyone ever ask you that, right? What do you want? What do you want? In your work, in your relationships, in your body, in your mind, in your soul. 4 words for you. What do you want? Be real. If you can't be honest with yourself, who can you truly be real with? And that's just some like straight up truth talk for you. If you cannot be real with yourself, who can you be real with? Like, truly. And I'd love for those of you who are on Facebook right now and you want to share, like, what do you want? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Like, just say, like, and it could be just one word. You want peace. You want abundance. You want all the things. You want freedom. You want to, like, or if it's, more specific, say that. But I am the type of leader who is going to ask you these questions, and I'm going to give you this space to share your answer. I'm not here to tiptoe around the truth. I'm not here to tiptoe around like your excuses or your fears. I'm just not interested in that. And especially now with the full moon, I'm going to be like, listen, let's go. Let's go. And thank you for all your shares. Fantastic. Great to see so many familiar faces here. And then many, many new names, new amazing women that I'm getting a chance to connect with today. So claim that shit. Be real. Be honest. Be in truth. I have found that so many women are living on the periphery of the truth. They've got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now let's be specific when it comes to your sacred work, because that's really what my work is. My work, my mission here is to help you cash in on your calling. I am obsessed with the sacred work that you're here to contribute in this world. And I am the woman to help you get clear on exactly what that is, and then to help you create a platform and a position and those beautiful, profitable offers that are going to help you get what you want when it comes to abundance, opportunities, relationships, expression, feeling in alignment, all those things. That's me. That's my thing. Now, when it comes to the sacred work you are here to create and contribute to the world, any lack of commitment on your part will crush you, and it will crush your business too. You can't be soft here. You can't be a dabbler. You can't aspire to be average. I had a woman once who read my book, Get Gutsy. I've written a book called Get Gutsy. If you haven't read it, go get it. It's on Amazon. When it first came out, I was so excited. It was a multiple year process getting that book done. And when I finished, I was obsessed with reading the reviews, and I had one woman who really did not like the book. She really didn't. And I think, I don't know if she didn't like me, She just didn't like the message. Whatever. It was not her cup of tea, let's just say. And she wrote as part of her review that this was not written for the average woman. And at first, any kind of negative review will sting you. You'll be like, ouch. Because it's like, that's my thing. That was my contribution. You don't like it? And then I sat with that and I go, absolutely. My work is not for the woman who desires to be average. You get it? With your work, you can't be wishy washy. You've got to take a position and go after it like your life depends on it. You've got to step into your genius. This is the power of the full moon. This right there is the power of the full moon. And this is what we're in right now. Tell me, do you follow the lunar cycle? Just say moon, write moon in the comments so I know what your comment is about. For those of you tuning in via Facebook Live, write moon in the comments so I know if you follow the lunar cycle. When I say follow it, do you know what phase of the cycle we're in at any given time? Do you track it in some way? Do you have, like me, a lunar calendar in your home or maybe on your phone? There's like apps, there's ways where you can track this. Maybe it's just on your, written calendar. Yes, moon, la luna, however you want to identify it. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. I've got a lot of my moonies are here right now. That's right, Martine, who's one of our newest students in Get Gutsy Coach Training School. Martine and Jacqueline, y'all are going to get along really well. Daria is here right now. Y'all are in Get Gutsy Coach Training School. I got a bunch of my Glow Masterminders here right now too. Yes, moon, moon, moon. Okay, so y'all, if you do not follow the lunar cycle, you are missing out, and not in the fake FOMO kind of way that the internet and Facebook in particular is like notorious for having us feel this FOMO, like I'm missing out on something. And actually, if you're not tracking the moon and the lunar cycle, you really are missing out on some magic. And you need to start tracking the lunar cycle today. So I heard from several of you don't, but you want to look to learn more about it. So I can definitely help you here. And you can, go to Google and type in lunar cycle, go to Amazon and buy a lunar cycle calendar. Some people who are here right now went through a program of mine, a brand new one that I launched earlier this year called Intuitive Power. It was rooted in how to create using the lunar cycle as our guide. And it was really, really awesome. And now what's cool is that I have redesigned my 2 flagship programs, which are my coaching school and my mastermind Glow, so that we connect those programs. We connect, various times throughout the program. Now we're going to be connecting at the new moon and the full moon every cycle. The new moon and the full moon every cycle. And there's a reason why. And so the full moon, I'll get into that kind of like exactly what it does for you. But when you understand what the different phases of the cycle, kind of the energy of those phases and what you can kind of harness, that's when everything gets wild. And yeah, those of you who are tuning in right now on the live stream, type in any books that have been really helpful for you here. This isn't a new practice. The moon has been here longer than you or I have. And there's people out there who've written books. It's really, really awesome. So someone has suggested Carrie Ann Moonology. I have a book, I'll just show it right now, called Lunar Abundance. And this is by Ezzy Spencer. This was actually a gift from one of my clients, Tracy M. Thanks, Tracy, for this great book. As you can see, lots of pages tabbed. I'm reading another book right now called Moon Spells, which is really cool, plus lots of others. I'm leading a really great retreat in New York this weekend, and so I'm kind of just like amping up my studies even more. So there's a lot of resources out there. And what I'm now doing, as I mentioned, is that I've redesigned my, premium coaching program so that when I connect with my clients, we're going to be doing so on calls at the new moon and the full moon. The new moon is when you really set those intentions for what you want to put your energy towards for that upcoming cycle. And the full moon is when it's like, it's like amplified to the amplification. And when you understand this truth, which I'll share with you in a moment, you realize why you need to be really harnessing the energy of this lunar cycle. So when you really work with the cycle, you'll better understand your own energy level. You'll understand the energy level of the universe. You'll understand how to work with the flow of the cosmos instead of against it. And your world will truly expand in a massive way. For me, I've been tracking and honoring the lunar cycle for about the last year or so. I mean, I always knew about full moons and this moon and that moon, but I hadn't really committed to tracking it. And then a step further, honoring that cycle. Now, I wish I would have been doing this a lot sooner, and I'm actually super pissed that I wasn't taught this every year in school. Like, we should have been taught this, and so I feel like it's my responsibility to spread the word about it now. I even took an astronomy course in college because I really had this fascination with the cosmos and the universe and understanding the stars and how it's all connected. And that class was one of the hardest classes I ever took, by the way. And even then, it was like we learned about the moon, but not in the way that a lot of these books that are written by mostly women, which is, I think, the key, that they really lay out for us, okay? Because here's what we need to understand as women. Our bodies are designed to have the exact same cycle as the moon, okay? 29 and a half days, exact same. Now, I know we're not always exactly on that cycle, but if you are, quote, regular, and not that being regular is like the only way to be in the world, but traditionally, if you're following like a classic cycle, you're around that 29 and a half day mark. I know I am, and I have been. And I'm blessed, to be able to do that. Even if you don't cycle anymore, understand that you were designed to do so in that way. We are the moon. Isn't that awesome? Like, I just think that's one of the coolest things ever. So because we're in this full moon energy, I have a few tips for you to help you activate your fullest power and get what you want. Now, when you connect the full moon to a woman's menstrual cycle, this is the time in our cycle that's connected to ovulation. Now, I have 3 children. Those children were conceived when I was ovulating, okay? So this is the time when you can really become forever changed by a new creation. You see, this is when you can become pregnant with a new possibility. This is when something magical can grow inside of you and then outside of you in the world. You see what I'm saying? So trust the power of this full moon. That's why it's like you're in this fullness. You're in this this wonderful place for you to get what you want. All right. And you need to harness this big time right now, big time. So here's some tips for you. The first one is unleash your wildest nature to claim your stories and your truth and your soul voice. Okay. Now, you need to be celebrating the fact that you are a wild creature. We are animals. All right. Yes, we're humans, but we are primal creatures. And too much of the world and society tries to like strip this out of us. Now, we can be, civilized and refined and, graceful and all of those things, but don't ever lose that wild side to yourself. Okay. Now, some examples here, because again, my work is to help female entrepreneurs, specifically coaches, consultants, creatrixes, you healers out there. I want to help you get out there in a bigger way with the work that you're here to do in this world. And you have to be consistently putting yourself out there and taking a stand. And one of the ways you're going to do this is through sharing stories, is through putting out a message like I'm doing right now. I'm putting out a message right now. I could have my ego saying, this is stupid, Jenny. Why are you even going to like talk about any of these things? Who wants to hear about that? They're all just going to laugh at you. No one's going to tune in. They're going to, whatever. And so all those things can kind of pipe up for you when you are taking a stand and putting your truth out there, but you can't listen to those lies that tell you to be quiet and go hide in the corner. You need to put your work out there, and I am going to challenge you to truly be who you are. When you're truly being yourself, you probably sound a particular way. Like when you're talking to friends, when you're talking to people who you really trust, you are truly being who you are. So do that when you are putting yourself out there in the world. Especially for those of you who come from a corporate background like I did, that sometimes gets like chiseled out of you there because you're afraid, like you're not allowed to be that. And when you are doing your work online like I am, the way to stand out amidst all that noise is to truly be who you are. And so I want you to write how you talk. I want you to be consistent with your communications. And when you're telling stories, because I know that y'all have a lot of stories. I know that you've had, major things happen in your lifetime. I hear stories from my clients, people who are, wanting to work with me. I hear their stories and I'm like, wow, that's significant. And so when you are telling stories, get it all out, like write it all out for you, like really dump it out onto a page. And then you can always scale that back if necessary. But the stories are what are going to connect you to people. Like they're really going to open somebody up to potentially working with you, because when they realize, oh my gosh, if she handled that, if this happened, like maybe I could do it too. And maybe she's the person to help me. Okay. So another tip here is to be willing, and this is related to unleashing your wildest nature, piss people off, turn people away, be true to you. Now, so many women especially have a very hard time with this. We were trained to want everyone to like us, but that is not going to get you to where you're supposed to be. You have got to repel certain people with your positioning. Like I gave you that example of the woman who read my book, and she was really pissed that it wasn't written for what she deemed the average woman. And I'm like, great, because my work is not for women who desire to be average. My work is for women who desire to have an extraordinary life and to, help as many people as they can and go on these amazing adventures with their family and earn fabulous money and be able to do all these things and give to causes that they're, really passionate about. For instance, today I gave a donation to Together Rise in Glennon Doyle's, Glennon Doyle Melton. I think she goes just Glennon Doyle now, but she's doing this, great work with, bringing back these children who have been, kind of lost across the border coming over from Latin America. And, I was able to give that contribution on behalf of my business. And so those are the things that get me really excited. Like I can make this big difference. And it's because I've been willing to piss some people off, turn people away, be true to me. So then I can go help people like you and then give to causes that I'm really passionate about, that I know need to happen, that we need to prioritize here in this world. All right. So unleash that wildest nature. When you do, you'll claim those stories, your truth, your soul voice. Now, for those of you tuning in live, I'd love to know, like, what are some of the stories that you're ready to claim in your business? What are some of the messages, like these things that you're just ready? And it should scare you a little bit. Some of these things you're just like, oh my God, if they knew about this, I don't know if they're going to like me. I don't know if they're going to want to, work with me. These are the elements that will unite you to your people. Okay. So that's your wildish nature tip. Now, the second tip here is to double down on what's working. Double down on what's working. Now, this is the magic of the full moon, okay, which again, we are in right now. And if you really track these cycles, and this is what those who are going to be working with me in my coaching school and my mastermind, and this is what we're going to be doing together, is looking at these cycles. Every cycle, it's like, okay, here we go again. Set those intentions, and let's look at what you're going to be nurturing, because that's how this works. You set your intentions at the new moon, and then you work towards those. And then like the full moon comes to that crescendo. And this is when you are doubling down on what is working. So in order to do that, you've got to be tracking your results. You need to be looking at the moves that you've made. Now, these moves aren't just related to your business, but that's just what I'm going to be, talking about specifically right now. And so what kind of lives have you touched? Have you, are certain social media things that you're doing working? Live gatherings, enrollment conversations? Are you doing webinars? Are you doing challenges? Are you doing one-on-one reach outs by email? Like, what is working really well in terms of your business? Where are you getting new clients? Where are you getting new leads? What's working well in your team? What's working well when you're looking at the money that's coming in your door, the opportunities, looking at revenue, looking at profit? Okay. Is the way that you're working well? Like in terms of your schedule, how you're designing things? I tend to look at how I can accomplish my goals with the least amount of effort. Okay. I have 3 kids and a husband, and I like to spend time with them. I don't want to be at this computer every hour of the day. How about you? Do you have other things that you want to do? Oh, and I have to show you something in a second. I got sidetracked, but look at my new crystal. I got to get it. And this is like me doubling down on what's working. This is my new smoky quartz. For those of you watching the video right now, you can see, oh, isn't it beautiful? So beautiful. I have it up there, and this is a great thing. It's going to get bathed in the full moon, right? Getting cleaned and recharged in the full moon. I just got this. I got it on my birthday. And so this is helping me double down on what's working, because, part of what's working for me is I keep that negative energy at bay, and the smoky quartz helps me with that. This also helps neutralize the technology in this space. I have a good amount of tech in this office, and so the smoky quartz helps me there. Yes. So I know that I really use my tools. I have these magical tools. I have, strategic tools. I've got my spiritual tools. I got all these tools. And so that for me is doubling down on what's working. When my space can be supportive of me, then my results can amplify. Okay. Also look at your happiness, your satisfaction, who you're working with, how you're working with them. How does that really feel? And when it comes to like your personal life, are you having enough fun? Are you going on adventures? Like in my family, we love adventures. And so we were in Boston over the weekend, and that was it was so fun. And I was able to actually take massive traction on a project, which I'm going to share with you. That's why I'm doing this on Zoom and then broadcasting it to my Facebook page. Oh my gosh, it's big news. And I'm going to show it to you. You're going to be the first to see it. And I'm going to announce it on the full moon because I'm in my fullest power right now. And so are you. So yeah, in Boston, we were just, going on adventures. My husband had work there. We all went. We stayed at our favorite hotel. We just got to walk, which the hotel was located in an area where we could just wander out. And it was near all the, cute little cafes and restaurants. We found the best one that we loved, going to. And the kids and I were together, a lot of it on our own. And then my husband was able to join us at the tail end. And we just wandered and walked and explored together. And that works really well. And so we're going to do more of that. And then I will fit in like my hardcore work time when I'm like at the computer, by myself without, kids around me, during times that we're not doing that exploring. You see? So I design it all so that all my needs are getting met. My kids' needs are being met. They're actually at the pool right now with our babysitter. I'm going to be heading over there in a bit because it's freaking warm and sunny. And when it's warm and sunny here, I got to take advantage of it because it's not always warm and sunny here. Yes. Work less and mom more, says Martine. Yes. Carrie Ann is concerned about how she's being perceived. Yes. Yes. Daria says women need to share more and fear less. Yeah, exactly. So think about that. What do you want to see in the world? What kind of changes do you want to see in the world? You've got to be that change. So double down on what's working Even if people tell you you're crazy to do that, it's like, this is when you do it, at that full moon. Okay, tip number 3, notice the powerful signs that are all around you and take action from a place of inspiration, not desperation or fear. Okay, this is happening all the time. Like, we are just getting so much served up to us. You know, the technology makes this so. And so much of what you're seeing are powerful messages that are here to take you one step, further down your path. If you are, closed to this, then you're going to miss it. So not everything is an action you're supposed to take. And so you need to practice discernment. And this is where your intuition comes into play. This is working with a coach and a guide like me comes into play. This is what I offer my clients. You need to practice discernment so you can understand when something that comes into your path is a true opportunity, or if it's simply a distraction and it's going to take you way far away from where you're meant to be. You need to practice quiet time every day, no matter where we are in the lunar cycle, and get clear around this. This morning I woke up extra early. I went into our library in my home and I was reading my book. I told you right now I'm reading a book called Moon Spells. And I just got in there with my hot water with lemon, reading my book. We had this amazing long weekend, and that was like my time with myself, just getting that clarity, getting that spaciousness, because I've got, some big service this week. And then I'm heading to New York on Thursday for a series of meetings. I'm going to be seeing a bunch of y'all while I'm there. Daria is going to be there. Heads up too on that, if you haven't signed up to come to my New York City retreat, I rarely do stuff like this. I had to take a drink. Most of my live gatherings are for clients in my premium programs, but I was going to be in New York City attending Gabby Bernstein's Spirit Junkie Masterclass, so I said, hey, why don't I serve while I'm there? And now I'm actually attending another event on Monday before I head home. So I said, you know what? I'm going to buddy up with an amazing woman named Christine Gutierrez, and we are going to have a one-day retreat called Wild Woman Magic, where we're going to be, covering some of what I'm sharing with you. We're going to have a lot more time to do it. Lots of rituals, beautiful circle of women coming together, space for you to get clear on what is being asked of you in this new season of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, what you need to let go of, what you need to step into, what your magic really is, what is magic, what is your intuition, what is you unleashing your wild, and doing it with this gorgeous circle of women. So jennyfennick.com/magic is where you can get more information on that. It's going to be fantastic in a very intimate circle. This isn't like hundreds of women. It's like, I tend to like intimate. That's just how I'm designed, because I like to go deep. I don't do chit chat. It's not my thing. So we are going to be getting just really, up close and personal together. So if you are in the New York area or want to come in, it's this Friday, jennyfennick.com/magic on that. All right. One more thing. Well, a few more things. Don't quit. Okay. This is tip number 4. Don't quit. Don't quit. Trust that it's all coming. Now, some things are going to take many, many cycles of the moon to manifest and come together. And that's why I do the work that I do. For those of you who are called, I want to just give you a link if you're called to get some support here in 2018. To step more fully into your zone of genius as a coach, or for those of you who already know your thing, like your gift, what your genius is, and you want some support growing your body of work in the world, growing your business, then my mastermind might be a better fit for you. But essentially, I've got 2 different offers right now, 2 different programs that I am enrolling for. We are at the tail end of enrollment. And I'd love the opportunity to connect with you and see if we might be a fit to work together. So if you want to have a strategy call with me and discuss what your vision is and where you want to take it, then you can go to, I'm just going to drop this link in here, jennyfennig.com/apply. That's how you can apply for a strategy call with me. Again, I've got 2 different programs right now that are fantastic, and I will know kind of which one is a better fit for you once we have that conversation. This is the opportunity to work with me deeply in 2018. And it's either going to be in my coaching school or in my mastermind. And several of our clients are here right now tuning in, which I'm super excited about. Yeah, my programs, that's where we spend many cycles of the moon together looking at, what you are creating and how you're going to get there. And you can't be like wimping out on yourself is the best way I can describe it. You have got to trust what you are called here to do. And if you don't believe that you have the ability to do this, then you're right. You have got to believe. Okay. So I want to show you something right now. Let me think the best way to show this to you. All right. So oh, cool. I have all these like things. I think, let me see if I can close that. All right. I want to open this thing. Okay. Basically, I just completed a long ass project. This was a super, super, super long ass project. And I want to share this example with you to let you know that some shit takes time. And you have got to be willing to take that time. Okay. And see something through till the end, like to fruition. You can't think that something should just happen in like 2 days. There's things that take time. Now, what I recently did, and I'm just revealing it now, my website is new. I have a new website. Celebrate with me, celebrate with me, celebrate with me. Y'all, I've been in business since 2008. My first website came on the scene in July of 2009. It got a total renovation in 2012, I think late 2012. And we've done some minor modifications to it, but I just haven't had the space or the bandwidth to do anything more. And honestly, my business, the bulk of the revenue comes from my sales pages, my program pages. So we have a page, and I'll just share those pages with y'all now so you can take a look. But we have pages for our coaching school, which I'm just sharing the link for, and for my mastermind, Glow. And those pages are where I tend to drive people. And so those pages are what brings revenue into my business. That, and, obviously the relationships that I've developed and, different nurture campaigns and stuff like that. So I just have not been super motivated to redo the website. And there have just been so many other things in the way. And again, 3 kids, I started homeschooling in, we're in 2018. In basically January of 2017, I started homeschooling. All these things have happened, and I just haven't had the bandwidth to do it. So I want to give you a sense of what the page looked like, just to give you some flavor of change and being willing to commit. Okay. And then me not being like, well, I can't, put any offers out there because my website doesn't reflect who I am anymore. So I'm just going to tinker on my website for 5 years and then I'll make an offer. And it's fuck that. Make your offers, make your invitations, go and help people. So what I did, I'm going to just show you. Let's see if this will come up. Yeah. Okay. This was just a screenshot of the old page. Okay. So hopefully everybody can see. This was the old home page. Give me a shout out so I know that you can see it. And I think when I'm doing this, we're on a little bit of a delay. Okay. So that was the old home page. Okay. So you could just see there was the upfront, Okay. So that was the old page. Nothing wrong with it. It just, it's not 2018. It's not where I was heading. And so we needed to shift that. Now, I have a fantastic longtime designer who I adore, who does most of my graphics, most of my branding. And she's fantastic. And yet earlier this year, I had an opportunity to be a case study for a friend of mine. She also has a design company, and they had this kind of new service that they wanted to get out more. And I had the opportunity to be a part of this project and be one of their case studies. And when I learned more about what this was, and that it was built on WordPress, which is what I use, and that it could be done rather quickly, and it was going to be rather painless, and all the things, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. And so I did. And we just finished, like literally while I was in Boston, we finished. And there was kind of a fire lit because that design team was going on vacation for 3 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, this shit's getting done in this moon cycle. Okay. Because of course it always takes longer than you think it's going to. So I was done with it still being an active project. Like I was ready to cross over, and I was ready to really harness the energy of that waxing moon, right? We were in that waxing moon energy, which is what happens as you lead up from the new moon to the full moon. So it was like, when you're in that waxing moon, that's that time to really ride the energy. So are you ready for the big unveil? I'm going to debut it right now. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to debut this on the full moon. It's going to be super fun. And I'm really happy to share it with you right now. So I want you to just kind of notice the evolution of where it was to where we are now. And also notice the logo as I share that with you, because I think you'll notice just some energy of La Luna. Here we go. Can y'all see? Here it is. And if you're just listening to the audio on this, because this will go live on my podcast, make sure you check out jennyfenig.com and you can see the website in all its beauty. Here she is. Here's the new babe. Here we go. So Jenny Fenig right there at the top, nice and clean. You can see that logo. It's kind of like a mandala, moons, flower, all built in. That was something that I really worked with the design team on to get that to where I wanted it to be, like where it was meant to go. And I have an eye for design. I'm really, really good with branding. And it was a pleasure to finally be able to put the energy into letting this brand go where it was meant to go, and that's where it's like, how can I describe this? The brand has its own personality. Yes, it's Jenny Fenig. I am Jenny, but the brand itself, its promise, its essence has its own desires. And so I'm like the steward of that. And so it's my job to give it language, to give it texture, to give it, a look and feel. And I love being able to work with my clients on this too. So yes, here it is. You can see that logo at the top. You can see there's just some, great little buttons here that I can walk you through, give a little tour of the new digs. So you see here, there's the message. Do less and make more. Do less and make more. And I see many of you are like, yes. And so I really needed to sit with, what is the thing? What's the message? What's the hook? Now, many of y'all are, clients of mine, or you've been through programs, so you hear me talk about that, the hook. You need to have the hook. And so in my business, that's the hook. Do less and make more. Okay. And then the subtitle there is, stop saying yes to things that don't move your mission forward. Reclaim your time and magic with this template that will set you free. All right. So you click on that button. That's my scheduled template. Some of y'all already have it. If not, you can grab it. There's some things that we still need to clean up on this site, but that's the other message too, is like, it's never going to be perfect right away or ever, but it can be good enough. And so, as you can see, we kind of, built out some of the branding here as you come down, and then you can go through and read the messaging from me. I spent time like really connecting with my own intuition, my own soul, saying, what do I want to say? So here's the message. Welcome to what you've been looking for, what you've been searching for. I'm Jenny Fenig. I help spiritual entrepreneurs like you get clear on what you're here to do, who you're here to help, and how to design your business, brand, and profitable offers to help more and have more without working 24/7 like a maniac with no life. My mission is to help you cash in on your calling through your sacred work. I love what I do, and I'm so excited to help you help more people and have a lot more fun. All right, we have the video here. Y'all can watch that. It's really good. And then just some more messaging here. Here it is, an image. This is a picture from Tulum, Mexico, where I was leading a mastermind retreat last year, which is where I'll be again leading a mastermind retreat in November of this year. And so if you want to come with me to Tulum and hang out on that beach and look at your business and what you're here to do and what's holding you back, and just experience the power of that land, then you need to apply to work with me. And we will talk about how that can be made real. I'm so excited to do this work with my next round of clients, my next cycle of clients. And so here you see the site, another do less and make more, another button here. Other things we put on here, just, tips for y'all. These are logos from, different media outlets that I've been featured in through the years. Okay. And that's just, credibility factor. And then these are just buttons y'all can click on yourself and just see, how we designed it, choices that we made. I'm really excited about the About tab. Again, just letting people know more about my story. So go ahead and read through on your own time. And for those of you who are needing to create this in your business, this might give you some pointers and some tips on, what to include, how to tell your story. And again, you can look at this and do yours completely different, but this could simply be some thought starters for you. And so this is a message that I really am excited to share with my audience. My message to you is you rise higher with your sacred work. Let all who can appreciate your sparkle fade into the distance. Make space for those who matter at this stage in your life. And some of you might see your photo on here if we've worked together. I included these pivot point moments on my journey. I recently posted these on social media. So as you can see, I will take my content and use it in different ways. That's being smart about using your content. I also have some clients here. You can scroll through their testimonials and their photos, and we'll most likely be adding more to that too. We just wanted to, get it off the ground, get this baby launched. So cruise around, go to jennyfennig.com. You can see it in all its glory. And I just feel so excited. I'm like, yay! We did it. It's done enough. It's done enough. And there'll always be more to do. And just, shout out to everybody on my team who's helped me through the years on various projects. Dreams do need teams. And you do need support as you grow your body of work in the world. So if you are feeling called to get my support, then go to jennyfennig.com/apply. Again, we are going to be closing the doors on both of those programs very soon. Coach Training School starts next week, and then Glow, my mastermind, starts in mid-June. And the first call for both of those programs will be at the new moon in June. So I walk my talk. I believe in you. I believe in the work that you're here to do. And I believe in investing in your dreams, in yourself, because investing in yourself and betting on yourself is the smartest bet you can make. And delight in that, revel in that. You get it? I would not still be here right now had I not been willing to make a series of bets on myself, on this work, on this business. And you need to be doing the same thing. You just do. I was talking to somebody today. I'm like, I wish I could tell you that there was another way for this to happen without you, making investments in yourself and in the business, but there's just not. You've got to, put in that blood, sweat, tears, time, money, energy, and it will pay you back a millionfold. But you've got to be that person who makes that decision and takes that action. So this is the time to do it. It's the full moon, baby. It's the full moon. It is the full freaking moon. So I want to hear from you in the comments as we bring this soiree to a close. What move you're going to make here at this full moon? This is it. Maybe you're going to send that email. You're going to put that call out. You're going to make an invitation. You're going to make an offer. You're going to apply to work with me. You're going to tell that person how you feel. You're going to say yes to that. You're going to say no to that. You're going to like really stand firm into what you believe in. You're going to buy a ticket to do XYZ. Like me, I just bought my train ticket to go to New York. I'm going to have this amazing few days there, seeing many of you at Wild Woman Magic. I'm going to be at Gabby's event all weekend. Monday, I'm going to be going to an event at Morgan Stanley. It's like National Girlfriends Networking Day with amazing speakers. My husband actually sent me the link. He's like, that looks like totally right up your alley. And I'm like, it actually does. And I'm going to stay an extra day now, which I'm like, are you cool with that? Because Monday is our anniversary. It's our 13th wedding anniversary. It's like, absolutely. So I'll be home that night for us to have dinner together. And I'm just, very, very mindful and conscious about where I put my energy and who I spend my time with. I don't spend my time with people who are excuse makers, who are dabblers, who aren't serious about the work that they do. I spend time with people who are like really committed to living an extraordinary life and helping people and going on these great adventures and, just leaving this place better than how we found it. Like that's my thing. And that's the people who I spend my time with. And if that's who you are too, then we'll get along really well. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of my big unveil of my new website. I'm excited to welcome you to my new digs, jennyfennig.com. And very much looking forward to the adventure that is about to begin for Get Gutsy Coach Training School and for Glow Mastermind. We have extraordinary women in these programs already. And I am looking forward to confirming our last few women in these programs and then getting this show on the road. All right, everybody, much love to you. Keep rocking. Get out there and marvel at the moon this evening and step into your fullest power. This is Jenny Fennig signing off, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Hey, this is John Lee Dumas of EO Fire, and you're listening to Get Gutsy with Jenny Fennig. Gutsy leaders unite and ignite.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Get Gutsy as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Are you responsible for leading and growing your spiritual business? If so, I have a free tool for you that will help you spread your message like wildfire. It's called the Sacred Marketing Puzzle, and it's a one-page PDF guide that simplifies the often mysterious and confusing world of marketing. When you use sacred marketing tools to amplify your message, you'll provide huge value to your tribe and grow your business. What are you waiting for? Go to jennyfennig.com/puzzle to get yours instantly. That's jennyfennig.com/puzzle. Gutsy leaders, unite.